Takashi Sakamoto, Mr. Carbon Fiber. Welcome to GTR Festival.
Hello and welcome to our official coverage of the 2025 PRP GT-R Festival Australia, presented by Cars from Japan, the Skyline Shed, Garrett Advancing Motion and Garage S0. This was the 10th running of our Sydney event, and although the weather predictions were grim, we ended up having perfect weather and another epic event. Let's take a look. The very first GTR Festival in 2016 had 150 cars or so and less than 1,000 people attend. 10 events later, over 12,000 people attended over 2 days, with 200 races and over 350 cars on display, plus 50 companies in a sold-out Traders Alley. All this after regional flooding and a bad weather forecast, as well as a schedule change from Friday to Sunday. So we know the event can go even bigger again next year. The event followed the same formula of drag racing and drifting on Saturday, along with elite car show, new car unveils, show and shine, Nismo meet, Traders Alley, kids rides, food trucks, special guests, and on-track entertainment. Saturday night saw the new Drifters vs Burnouts show presented by Raceworks, as well as some fireworks. Friday night's roll racing was moved to Sunday this year, and we teamed up with COTS, who made the event round 2 of their 2025 series. Special guests are a big part of PRP GT-R Festival, and this year saw the father of modern GTR return, Hiroshi Tamura, along with Mr. Carbon Fiber, thanks to Dartone Racing and GT Evolution. They were also joined from Japan by Mr. Yamamoto from Ars Meeting and GTR Magazine. Tukes from Street Alpha Podcast was in town, as was Mickey Andrade, thanks to Cars from Japan.
Loving it. The quality of builds has been elite here. That's the biggest thing I noticed was the quality of builds is way, well, I can't even say that. I can't disrespect the US. For a car show, drag racing kind of event, the quality of builds here is elite. By far better than anything I've ever seen.
That's
cool. And a lot of the cars have their hoods open or bonnets open, which is pretty cool. So you get to see a lot of different builds, a lot of different setups. So it's really nice.
I'm here because the last 2 years I've been here, I didn't feel like I got to see everything. So I had to come back for a third year just to get a chance to walk the paddock and have fun. I'm helping Joe from Cars from Japan to sort of bring some light to his stand. And
our first YouTuber and special guest from Europe, John Pierre from JP Performance, was also in town.
For me, probably the best event I've ever been. Honestly.
Did you get that? Say that a little bit again.
No, I'm very, to all my German people, that's the best event I've ever been. Für all die Deutschen, es gibt kein besseres Event als das hier in Australien. The people, the emotions, the smiling, the cars, it's amazing.
GTR Festival presenting sponsors Garage S0 were also in the house, with Tommy Effier and Andrew Evanson making the trek over from the USA.
Good morning, I'm Tommy Effier from Garage S0 and I'm here in Australia for GTR Festival 2025. The event's been absolutely insane. My eardrums are still blown out from the drag racing yesterday here at GTR Festival.
Matt and Nick from Camp Dogs made the trek down from Darwin with their twin-engined, twin-turbo Starlet. Another headline guest was the guys from Mighty Car Mods, who had a stand selling merch, they were meeting guests and had their 240Z on display. But the big news was that they unveiled their GTR Project Car, built with help from Motive Video, at the event.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the MCM R34 GTR.
We're here, we've done it. We actually did it. Andrew Hawkins, Martin, the whole team, thank you very much for everyone getting involved. Look at what's been created down here. Look at it. It was due for the Scrapoo, and now it's a GTR Festival. Look at this. Look at this. It's awesome. So thank you very much, man. Thanks for everything you put into it. What a great festival. If you haven't been to GTR Festival yet, make sure you come, because you're missing out. It's freaking awesome. All right, get on it.
The unveils were taken to the next level in 2025. Next up was the R35 from Concept Garage. B2R Motorsports had an unveil this year with EBs Wild R34 GTR. Next, another R34, but this one built by Croydon Racing Developments for the guys at Harlow Jap Autos in the UK. Perfect timing, with a GTR Festival announced for Europe in August 2026 at Santa Pod Raceway in the UK. A last-minute unveil, literally, was the compound turbo-equipped R34 GTR from Motorsports Mechanical. It arrived on a tow truck during the unveils and sneaked around the back to wow the crowds when the covers came off. The final unveil was by event sponsors Cultura Auto Lifestyle, and is the first non-GTR to have the covers pulled off at the event. Just like the unveils stepped up this year, so did everything else. The Elite Car Show was the biggest and toughest it's ever been to judge, making Murrian and Cardo GTR's life pretty tough. Let's take a look at the winners.
My name's Ryan, car's built by Matooks from the ground up, 3 litre bottom end, 76mm turbo, upwards of 1,000, PPG, 5-speed.
I've decided this year
I get something.
to give you motive choice.
Motive choice.
And you want to know why?
Tell me why, because you went
Look, you're a bit special. It's like
Disneyland.
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 So the reason I gave Marlon motive choice is I think you're the quickest R33 manual that's white with bead locks in the world,
No,
right?
stop at the start. Manual, that's it.
Come a long way from your GDST days, mate.
You've been doing your stuff for 20 years, I'm saying.
You'll never quit, man. Well done, appreciate it.
Thanks, bro.
What's the favour?
Probably
Got
not.
win roll racing, please.
I'll try. Thanks, boys.
We're here with Joe from Cars from Japan, and I don't know if this award is like perfect fit or not, but I went around looking for best JDM style, and this still stood out to me straight away. Bailside inlet, the crossover water pipe, TE, and looks like it was built in the early 2000s. Where did you get this thing, mate? Because I'm giving it best JDM style.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Bought it back in 2015 for a close friend of mine, Daniel. And Daniel wanted to keep it with the 90s theme, 2000s theme. So everything in this car is genuine Nismo, diffs, clutch. And he's wanted to put a 34 GTR 6-speed, so it's got the 6-speed. The motor's been rebuilt, pistons, rods, it's got cams, everything. I've got a full list that goes most probably from here to the track on parts and modifications. And unfortunately, Daniel come up to me last year. He goes, look, I finished the car, but I need money to buy a property. So I said, no worries. I didn't even argue what's the price, and I bought the car because I know how many hours, what he spent on it. I just bought it. If the car's for sale, I'm not sure. For the right money,
Everything's for sale.
maybe. Everything's for sale.
So what you're saying is that's the perfect award for this car.
Perfect award.
Awesome, mate.
Thank you very
Well
much.
done.
Hey guys, my name is Ibi from Melbourne. This is my 34. The dream started a few years back watching roll race events, and then got in contact with the boys at P2R, and they guided me through the whole build. It's been a fantastic experience. Credit to all the boys at P2R. Great event here at GTR Festival. Thank you so much. Just got my first roll race couple runs in, and yeah, she's pretty scary, but it's getting used to it. So now it's been awesome.
Hi guys, this is Imran. This is my R35 PR16 built by Precision Racing. I love to be attending all the GTR festivals, and I love road racing. Won many events. This is one of them. So yeah, let's see how I go.
Although it's a festival, not a race event, the drag racing is a big attraction at PRP GT-R Festival Australia. It isn't conventional drag racing with qualifying and eliminations. It's simply a chance for people to see their favourite cars try and run a PB and put on a show. And that they do. The racing kicks off after the opening show, where spectators can hear from some of the special guests before the drifters warm up the crowd thanks to Raceworks and Thrash House Drift Club. There are various categories and classes, firstly split into street and competition. Street entries go in stock turbo, low mount turbo and single turbo classes for Skyline GTR. Low mount turbo was taken out by Andrew Hannison with the Mines Tribute R32 GTR from Legendary Garage and tuned by Motorsports Mechanical. Single turbo class was taken out by Moore and Beck in the R33 GTR from CRD. And R35 stock turbo class was won by Tanik in his FBO equipped R35 from Precision Racing. One interesting run we got to see was when event sponsors Cultura Auto Lifestyle decided to go heads up in a Ferrari 355 Challenge and Lamborghini Diablo. The headliner categories are where the big boys come to play. True Street, Super Street and Pro Street categories are the backbone of PRP GT-R Festival in Australia. True Street is for legit street cars, registered, radials, full exhaust, full interior and running on E85. Super Street is for the cars that want to run a side pipe and methanol for the weekend. Pro Street is for the record holders, bigger tyres, dry deck billet blocks and well into the sixes. True Street had an assortment of monsters as per usual. The quickest True Street manual was Romanos with RHM from B2R Motorsport. Honourable mention goes to Marlon Van Dyne in Mr. 33 from B2R Motorsport with the first 7-second manual R33. Quickest True Street automatic was Louis in double barrel from Croydon Racing Developments. In Super Street, the star of the show was Adrian Portelli's War GTR, driven by Anthony Sard from Croydon Racing Developments, who broke his own manual GTR record by 2/10. He wasn't the only manual GTR in Super Street. He was joined by Lawrence in his R34 GTR up from Melbourne and Deathwish from Matooks Racing. Dominic Rigoli joined the party in Super Street in his R32 GTR as well. The winner of Super Street was the reigning champion Aaron Stubbs in Weapon GTR from Matooks Racing. Pro Street had its largest field in a while, but it came down to Peter in RH6 and Robert Margin driving George Javeski's Warzilla, both from Croydon Racing Developments. This also gave CRD the outright GTR Festival win, their 8th time in the last 10 years. Instead of an R35 class, we now have made a DCT Street and DCT race class, the same as the USA. This is so twin-turbo V10s and R35s can go head-to-head. We had a few V10s on track, but the R35s took it out this year. The winner of DCT Street was Mr. 35 from Motorsports Mechanical, with Mick doing a one and done with a staggering 7.67 second pass. DCT race was between Stewart's R35 and Adrian Portelli's R35, both from Croydon Racing Developments. It was Adrian's first time driving the car and he found his groove pretty quickly, going oh so close to a 7-second pass. The imposter class usually sees some pretty cool stuff come out to play. The quickest car in Imposter Street class was Martin Whelan in the XR6 Turbo, affectionately known as Lizzo. Imposter race class was a mixed bag of awesome cars and the winner was Marcos Dillman in the rotary-powered Subaru BRZ. A few pro mods came out to play, including Pack Performance, Gas Racing, and George Javeski's Yakuza from CRD. The final classes are Nissen Street and Nissen Race Class. Nissen Street Class was taken out by Thomas from Birrong Automotive in his R33. In Nissen Race Class, JJ's Overlord S14 Sylvia from CRD took second place. And the quickest in Nissen Race Class was Asaf in Bipolar from Matux Racing, which is also still the world's quickest Skyline. Full stop. While the drag racing was happening on track, Australian Drift Club was running drift rides, giving spectators an awesome experience as well as a good show. Traders Alley is not only the main thoroughfare of the event, it is a main attraction at PRP GT-R Festival. Trader Alley was full once again with over 40 companies sponsoring and displaying. As well as the latest and greatest performance products, there is merch, collectibles and more. There is also a huge amount of epic cars on display.
Herman from PRP, the event has been even busier than last year and everyone is just walking around with a smile on their face. There's always something to look at, something to see. Kids are having a great time, mums, dads, families. It's a really heartwarming moment to have everyone unite for a GTR common cause and listen to the sweet sound of an RB racing.
Today's been great, weather's been amazing, the turnout's been great, and we're very, very happy to see people from all over the world. We've had customers come from Cambodia, South Africa, and many other places to come and visit our store, so yeah, we're very happy to be here.
Big turnout, it's a great event, a lot of noise, a lot of action, a lot of people. The main thing is all the GTR lovers are here all in one place. We love it.
We're in Nissen, Australia, and as you can see here, we've got some really cool race cars and our road cars on offer for customers to have a look at. But it has been amazing. The sun's out, everyone's been so pumped to be able to see the race car behind us. Chio got to race at Bathurst 12 hour, and then we got our Nissan Nismo Z here. We've got merch on offer, all the awesome cars. In the background, you hear some crazy sounding GTRs. So we got all of our range out here at the event this weekend. So we got our Z Nismo, we've got our Qashqai and X-Trail E-Power. And if you really want to get those cool cars that you can tow your GTRs on, we've got our Navara, our Patrol and Navara Warriors. So we've really got everything to offer if you want to come and check these cars out. An awesome event for Nissen, and we're so proud to be a part of it.
Huge turnout. I don't know what negotiating Hawkins did with the weather gods, but he managed to keep the sun out for the day after a really rainy week. So turnout's awesome. We've got the Garrett Motion Dyno Cell next to us as well.
The dyno competition, sponsored by Garrett Advancing Motion and run by Mainline Dyno, also provides some great entertainment. Danny Howat took out RB26 class again in his R32. Adam Nish returned and took out the RB30 cast block class in Gem 34. After B2R GTR put down some numbers, Anthony Matuk wanted the top spot once again and put Punisher on the dyno and easily reset the GTR Festival dyno record. For 2025, we teamed up with COTS to run the roll racing component of PRP GT-R Festival Australia. This meant it followed the COTS rules and regulations, and it also became round 2 of their championship. It was originally scheduled for Friday night, but the bad weather forecast meant it was changed to Sunday. There was practice during the day before eliminations for 2-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive class, and then a grand final under lights. Well, that's another epic GTR Festival in Sydney, and we've already got plans to make it bigger and better in 2026. If you want to support the event, one thing you can do is grab the GTR Festival merchandise, including this t-shirt. We've got new hats and beanies and a whole range of R32 to R35 shirts as well. Our next stop is PRP GTR Festival in New Zealand before we head to Texas on November 14th through 16th in the USA. And while we're here, we can announce that we have a date for a GTR Festival in Europe at Santa Pod Raceway in August 2026. Keep an eye on the website for more information on all of those events and entries. We'll see you there.